Welcome to Let's Talk Criterion, and in this edition we take a look at the documentary feature All That Breathes from 2022. All That Breathes from 2022 is the latest Janus Contemporary title. In Delhi, birds are falling out of the sky. An apocalyptic image indeed. But this is no biblical plague. They're suffocating on the poisonous fumes that have become the hallmark of the Indian metropolis, once declared the most polluted city in the world. As framed in Shaunak Sen's striking award-winning documentary, it takes the work of two eccentric brothers and former teenage bodybuilders, Mohammed and Nadeem, to help curb the bird apocalypse. Now, the director focuses on a pair of siblings, that's Nadeem Shehzad and his younger brother, Mohammed So. These gentle, modest residents of New Delhi have devoted nearly the last 20 years of their lives to caring for injured birds known as black kites, reportedly treating over 20,000 of them. New Delhi is one of the most polluted cities on planet Earth, and the intrusion of the industry has forever impacted the wildlife there, especially the birds that so gracefully glide over the city's horizon. Sen regularly frames the kites against a cloud of smoke or a smog-shrouded cityscape, almost making their plight as visible as watching a drowning animal. The brothers are essentially amateur ornithologists trying to stem the deadly tide by operating a humble bird hospital from their tiny leaky basement. Sen's film frames the brothers' thankless vocation all through beautifully composed cinematography, and indeed it's rare that a non-fiction film looks this artfully presented. An extraordinary sequence sees the pair retrieve a bird from near drowning in a lake, a rescue mission depicted with almost painterly calm. Now, the kites themselves are arguably not especially delicate or beautiful creatures. They are fierce predators who have become used to scavenging within the city, encouraged by a tradition of meat tossing, and the city's age-old conviction or superstition that it's good to feed these kites because they eat the sins of those that feed them. Like ravens in the Tower of London, the black kites are thought of as a vital part of the city, a kind of secular holiness. The brothers' ramshackle animal welfare clinic is dependent on local charity, and they're increasingly stressed and depressed at the lack of support they get. However, Sen also finds so much beauty in everyday nature. There are shots in All That Breathes that are among the best of the year, and a group of bugs, for instance, drinking from a pool of water in which the reflection of humans can be seen walking by, or an unforgettable one that tracks down a crowded apartment building to a river below where wild pigs are crossing as horses stand on the banks. Human and animal life is not divided in a city like New Delhi, it's all part of the same tableau. Nadeem and So reportedly looked to the sky as an escape from their upbringing in a working-class Muslim neighbourhood, and they believe that feeding and caring for birds eats away their difficulties and earns them a form of religious credit. What happens if that's gone? What happens when kids like them look up and don't see the escape captured in the flight of the kite? And what happens when the pigs and horses aren't sharing space near the humans in New Delhi? And what will we lose when we no longer value these things? To a certain extent, a strange occurrence took place during the worldwide pandemic lockdown. Nature sort of flourished because there were no humans obstructing or interfering with its passage. Now that's vanished again. And in a way, these two brothers are encouraging that freedom. It makes you think what the planet would be like were we not to exist on it, and how nature would develop, unencumbered as such. Humans often forget they're also pieces of meat, says one of the brothers early in the film, and All That Breathes serves as a great levelling of the natural playing field. Just as the black kites are struggling against the polluted sky, the brothers who care for them are fighting against a rising tide of injustice that could force them to drop from their own sky too. And who will care for them when they do? Now, the film had its world premiere at the 2022 Sundance Film Festival, and it won the Grand Jury Prize there for Best Documentary. It was also selected for screening at 2022 Cannes Film Festival in special screenings, and it was screened on the 23rd of May and also won the Golden Eye category. And it was the recipient of the Hong Kong International Film Festival's Firebird Award as well. The film was released in the US in the fall of 2022, along with festival screenings by Submarine Deluxe in association with Sideshow. HBO Documentary Films bought the worldwide TV rights for the film, and following its theatrical run in the US, it became available on HBO itself and streaming service HBO Max on 7th of February 2023. Impressed with their dedication and the spirit of the two brothers, Shaunak, the director, decided to film them. And as he said, "I am drawn by the subject of the interconnectedness of an ecosystem, one that humans are a part of, not apart from, and how man, animals share space and become part of the whole is a valuable story worth telling." Now, all the Breathes releases through the Criterion collection on Tuesday, the 28th of May. I certainly recommend that you take a look at this particular film. On our next edition, the final edition of Let's Talk Criterion for this month, we'll be looking at Karen Kusama's film from 2000, starring Michelle Rodriguez, Girl Fight. Until the next edition, from me as always, it's goodbye, and above all, good Criterion viewing.